welcome back to my channel. I am Linda, and I am an intuitive healer and an awareness coach. And in this channel, I share with you clear and practical guidance to help you heal from your past pain, reconnect to your soul, and live your best life. So in today's video, I am going to share with you a quick exercise that you can do to raise your vibration in a specific area of your life. Now, the term vibration is something that is thrown around a lot in spiritual circles, and I assume everybody who's familiar with me and my channel already understands what that means. But just in case you don't, basically, all of us are made of energy, right? Everything and anything in our planet is made up of energy. And energy vibrates at a specific frequency. So when we're talking about the vibration of a person or a thing, we're talking about the frequency at which it is vibrating. Now, the higher your frequency, the lighter and better you feel. So for example, if you look at the image that is on screen now, you'll see that there's different states, right? And different emotions. And it's not that they are in a hierarchy, but the higher you go in the funnel, you'll see that the numbers increase. And those particular emotions or states actually raise or have a raised vibration. That is, their frequency is higher than others. So for example, you see that something like love or joy has a higher frequency, that is a higher vibration than something like apathy or guilt. Now, when we have low vibrations for extended periods of time, that can actually really start impacting our physical and mental health to the point that it can actually cause illness. So this idea behind raising your vibration is really based on the fact that we want to try and do so, right? So change our frequency so that we can foster a state or a sense of well-being. Now, having said that, as for those of you who are familiar with my channel, I've always been very clear in this channel that in order for you to really see a shift in your life and create a shift in your life, you have to take action. I am not a fan of using energetic tools or energetic exercises in lieu of taking action. Action is really important. It's actually, in fact, essential, because without action, there is no shift, right? There is no change. However, my approach in my practice and in these videos and for my own personal life, I've always discussed it as a multidimensional approach. So I believe that we really want to approach any sort of healing or development practice from as many or through as many angles as we can. That is, we are not only going to be working on the level of action, right? How do we change our behaviors or our habits so that our actions are aligned? But we also want to work on our mindset, on our beliefs. We also want to work on our trauma, right? The healing, our emotional pain. And we also want to work on our vibration, that is our energetic and spiritual aspects. So my approach with healing and coaching is to work all angles so that we really have the most benefit and the best chance to creating the life that we want for ourselves, right? So having said all of that, this particular exercise is with that intent, right? Is something that is intended to help you raise your vibration, because in doing so, we can actually facilitate the process of healing and facilitate change. Again, you need, in order for there to be change and for you to create or manifest what you want, you have to take action, but doing things like working with your subconscious mind, but also working with your energy and your vibrational frequency, all of those things actually facilitate and ease you into that process. So having said all that, here is the exercise. Now, this exercise is something that I got from a book called Personal Alchemy, the missing ingredient of the law of attraction. And I will put the link to the book in the description box for this video. But basically, what this exercise does is that it focuses on bringing the vibration of an area of your life where you feel capable and accomplished and that you feel really good about into an area of your life where you do not, or where you need improvement, right? Because our vibration is not always the same. You know, we have the vibration of our mind, of our soul. We also have different vibrations when it comes to different areas of our lives. And vibration is comprised not only by our physical state, but by our emotions, our mindset, etc., right? So for example, your frequency or your vibration may be different when it comes to, I, for example, could be really good at managing and handling my finances, but not really that great at romantic relationships, right? We all have that. We all have strengths and things that we need to improve. And the idea, again, behind this exercise is to help raise the vibration for you on those areas that you need some help or need some improvement. So the first thing that I want you to do for this exercise is just to take a moment, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Now, this is not the beginning of a meditation, so we don't need to do this for, like, I don't know, whatever, 5 minutes or so. We can do it only for a few seconds. But what I want you to do is just take a couple of deep breaths in and out and relax your body and your mind. Now, after you've done that, I want you to think of something that comes really easy to you, that is something that you feel good about, something that you feel proud about, an area of your life or a particular task that you perform that you feel really capable about, right? That it makes you feel good when you do it because you know you're good at it. Now, it could be something general, like we were talking earlier, finances, or it could be something more specific, like, what, I don't know, whatever, organizing your sock drawer, whatever it is, right? And I want you to focus on that thought and really feel the vibration of how that feels, or of how you feel. And you can use a memory if necessary, or if it's helpful to you, just how it feels when you accomplish that task, right? How, as you're performing it and when you accomplish that good feeling, and really focus your thoughts on that particular task or that particular area of your life as if it was in your opened right hand, almost as if you were taking all of that energy, the emotion, the memory, the thought, and were holding it on the palm of your right hand. Now focus all of your attention on that for a few seconds. Now, after you do that for a few seconds, then in your open left hand, do the same thing, but with the vibration of an area in your life where you need some improvement, right? So again, using the example that we did before, if you need improvement or you need some help in your romantic relationships, right? So just focus all of your thoughts on that and take that vibration, the energy of that feeling, of that memory, of that emotion, as if you were holding it on the palm of your left hand, okay? And again, hold that focus for a few seconds. And then what I want you to do is go back to your right hand and again, hold the vibration and focus your thought, your emotions, your energy on the vibration of that thing that you do well, that is easy for you. And hold that for a few seconds, and then again, go back to your left hand and hold that vibration of that thing that you need help or improvement on. And do that back and forth a few times. The idea here, the intent of doing here, is to help you gain a sense of how these two things feel energetically, the difference between them energetically, so you can identify, what feels good versus what feels bad, right? And not necessarily fully identify or understand, but at least have a sense for the difference, for how different they feel, so that you can discern one from the other. Now, once you do that a few times, what I want you to do is take your right hand and place it on top of your left hand as if you were mixing the higher vibration into the lower vibration. And the result of this would be a mix. Basically, you'll get almost like an average of the vibrations, right? Of the average of the two vibrations. And as this is happening, you set the intent that average is going to be the new vibration for the area of your life that you want to improve, or the aspect or the one thing in your life that you want to improve, right? So what you're doing is you're raising the vibration from where it was before to the average of these two vibrations that you were holding in both of your hands. And then focus that intent. So when I say set the intent, I mean, think about it. You could say it out loud if it's helpful to you, but just this idea that you're mixing the vibrations, and that now the new vibration of that area that you needed help with is going to be the mix of these two vibrations. Now, when you're doing this exercise, if you're having a hard time feeling or focusing or thinking about the vibration, you can just imagine it, right? And if you don't have access to any memories about it, you can also imagine it, or you can even use the images that are on screen with, the right hand with some like white sparkly stars versus the left hand with some like darker vibration, right? It doesn't really matter. The idea is that you set the intent that this is what you want to do, and that you get a sense for the difference between those two vibrations, okay? Now, when I give these types of exercises, oftentimes I recommend that you do this for at least 21 days. The reason why I recommend that is because it takes 21 days of repeating something for our mind to create a habit, right? And our mind is one of the components here that will be affected by this shift in vibration. So that's why I recommend that people do some of the exercises that I suggest, this one in particular, for 21 days, and then just pay attention and see what changes you notice in that timeline or in that time frame. And feel free to also come back to the video and comment on it and let me know how that's going for you. Now, a quick thing that I want to mention is that I am actually considering joining a platform called Wizio, which allows you to interact with your viewers on a more personal level, where people can actually ask you questions for a small fee. People can ask you questions, and in this case it would be about spiritual development or personal development or growth or anything like that, or coaching, etc. And then you can respond and can have an interaction one-on-one. I don't know a lot about the platform, but also please let me know if this is something that you guys think that you would be interested in. I haven't done any research about it yet, so I'm not sure that I'm going to do it, but I am considering it. If so, I will probably start that sometime in the April-May timeframe, but I wanted to get a sense for whether people are interested in that or not. This is obviously not going to be session work. It's more for like one-off questions. Like if you see a video and you have more questions and you want to ask me, you can shoot me a question there, etc. Well, as always, I hope this is really helpful to you. And again, let me know how it goes. Let me know what the results are for you. And thank you so much for your attention. And until next time, namaste.